Hi everyone, and tomorrow's the last day of school for the year, so it's pretty exciting. And I thought while my nail polish is drying, I might do the teacher tag. Apples and Tiaras and Jennuine Teaching did this the other day, and so I thought I'd have a go of it as well. So I've got the questions written down here, and I'm going to do my best to answer them. Question 1, how long have you been teaching? I started teaching in 1995, no, I started teaching in 1996. I graduated in 1995. So it's about 21 years, with the exception of 3 lots of maternity leave, which I took for about 1 year each, 12 months each, which means 18, I guess. But I think mothering is a pretty good experience too. What is my background? I got a Bachelor of Education, which was a 4-year bachelor's degree course in secondary education, specialising in English, and my minor was history and religious studies. And I have taught lots of different things over the years. I've taught mostly high school and a couple of years of primary when I was teaching out west. So in high school, obviously I teach all English, and obviously you teach all of the grades. So I have taught some other subjects as well when I was casual teaching at the start. What grade do I teach? Well, I'm a high school teacher, so I teach everybody. I teach every year. We're given 5 grades to teach out of the 6, and this year I had 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. I teach in New South Wales. The next question is, what's your school mascot? We don't really do that here, but I could talk about our school logo, which has a tree on it. And that's because the property used to have several hundred trees on it before they built the school, and I guess it represents learning and knowledge and growth, I think. How many students do I have? Well, because I have so many classes, I'll tell you what I had from the top of my head in each class this year. So year 12 I think I had 22, year 11 I had 13, year 10 I had about 12 students, year 9 I had 30, and year 8 I had 29 students this year, but it varies from year to year, of course. Number 6, what is your ideal class size? Well, it depends on the course. A junior English class, the ideal class size would be about 24, I think. A senior English class, less than that, maybe 18 to 20 would be good. I have actually taught a class with 1 student in it before. When I taught Extension English last, I had 1 student, and that is not recommended. She was a great student, but it's not very conducive to class discussion. What's your favourite Starbucks drink? Well, guess what? I have never had Starbucks. We don't have Starbucks in my town, and I have seen a couple of Starbucks driving through the city, but I've never really wanted to stop there because I'm a bit fussy with coffee, and where I live we have a really great cafe culture. We have boutique cafes everywhere, and so it's turned me into a bit of a coffee snob. So I probably wouldn't choose to drink coffee at Starbucks. What's my favourite online resource? I don't really use online resources that much. I mean, I use websites to gather information, but and every day we use the online resources, I guess, that our school gets us to use. So I couldn't really say I have a favourite. There are some that I use a lot. Obviously I use Central every day. I use the department's portal every day, and I use apps on my phone a lot, actually, every week, I'd say. Number 9, describe your perfect classroom. That's hard. It wouldn't be hot, because the one I'm in right now is stinking hot. It would have aircon or very clever ventilation so that you wouldn't need aircon. I would like it to be comfortable for the students and for me. I'd like it to have a couple, not too many, but a couple of seating options, maybe a couple of standing desks or something like that, and some couches. It would have some natural materials. Like, I'd love to have lots of wood and big windows so that the kids can look out to nature and greenery, and yeah, lots of natural beautiful, maybe artwork on the walls and lots of natural materials. Sounds like I should have a Steiner classroom, doesn't it really? Yeah, I really would love for the students to be surrounded by beauty and nature. What is your favourite part of teaching? Well, there are 3 things that come to mind. The first thing, and this is what keeps me coming back year after year, is what I call the light bulb moment. And it's that look in the student's eye when they understand something, when they get it. It may be because you've explained it in a different way, or it may just be because you've worked with them on a certain skill or a certain piece of information and they just get it. And I just love it. It just keeps me coming back for more. The second thing is I just like how you're the master of your own domain and you've kind of got a little stage to work on. I never really thought of myself as theatrical, but it's kind of rewarding to be interacting with human beings every day and that they are responding to you. And I like the fact that the third thing is I like the fact that we can build a relationship with students and that we can impact their lives and they impact ours as well, of course. So those are 3 cool things that I really like about teaching. Number 11, what's your least favourite thing about teaching? Well, I have 5 of those. I actually do like my job a lot, but what I don't like about it is the politics that go on inside schools, and I don't like the excessive amount of marking that we have, especially English teachers. I don't like that it's a job that's never complete. It's something that you could devote your every waking moment to it and still not feel as though you have completed your job for the day, because it's something that sort of goes on to infinity. You could just keep trying to develop those kids and develop your resources and develop, your lessons and mark everything. And yeah, it's not the type of job where you're ever completed. I don't like the lack of resources that we have. I'm pretty lucky where I work. I've got everything that I need, but it would be great to have more technology available to the kids and nicer classrooms and nicer surroundings. But hey, what can you do? You've just got to work with what you've got. The other thing I don't like about teaching is the perception of the community of what we do. And everyone who's sat in a classroom, which is 100% of people in Australia pretty much, think that they know what it's like to be a teacher because they've sat inside a classroom as a student. And therefore they think that they know your job better than you do, and they tell you what you should and shouldn't be doing quite frequently. It's a little bit annoying. Plus they think that we have too many holidays and that we knock off too early and that our job isn't really very important. At least that's the feeling that a lot of us teachers get. And I know it's changing, and a lot of people do respect teachers and respect the profession. And I would like the perception to be a little bit better though. What is your advice for beginning teachers or somebody thinking about teaching? Well, if it's on your heart, do it. I knew when I was 10 years old that I wanted to be a teacher, and that's never changed, and I can't imagine myself being anything else. But get in your first prac. I don't know, I know that things have changed now, but when I did my degree, you did your prac in your first year. You did a prac every year. And in my first year, a lot of people dropped out after their first prac, and so I think it's really wise if you can get into the classroom early to just see if it's your cup of tea or not. Because like I said before, everyone who's sat inside a classroom sort of has this misconception that it's easy or that anybody can do it, but everybody can't do it. And so give it a go, and if it's on your heart, go for it. The other piece of advice I would have is, in your first year out, don't try and change the whole world in your first 12 months. Just get yourself together, learn from others, and try and get as organised as you can, but don't expect everything to be perfect, because guess what? Even after 21 years, it's still not perfect, but it's okay. We're dealing with little human beings, and they're not perfect either, and we just do the best that we can with the resources and the time and energy that we've got. I think that's it. So if you are watching this and you are a teacher, I tag you to answer these questions. Till next time, bye.